Today we're doing something a little bit different. We're on West Point Lake. We're out here on one of the islands that sort of bumps up against some of our research areas. The island's about 6.5 acres in size, so we're going to spend the night out here. We're going to set up some trail cameras, and we're going to research on the island, and we can still get some of our research area on the mainland, I reckon is what you call it. But that's our plan for tonight, and we hope you enjoy the video that comes up from it. We're out here now doing our preliminary, looking for a good place to set up a campsite. We're wanting to try to get somewhere around the middle of the island, which is on up this way just a little bit. We do know there's one deer on this island at this point right now, and I've got the camera going thinking that maybe I might be able to catch it on the camera if we spook it out of its little hiding spot. So let's see what happens.
We're setting up camp for the night. Tonight's camp will be jungle hammocks. The mosquito netting helps keep off any bugs. We're off the ground. It just makes a really good way to camp.
Cut it off. All right, we have got the camp set up, ready for tonight. We're fixing to go put out the trail cameras. We'll put one on each corner of around the camp, and then we'll get started on some supper. And just basically what we're going to do is sit out here tonight and listen for Bigfoot howls and stuff like that. So then in the morning we're going to get up and we're going to check this whole island for other signs of Bigfoot activity before we leave. We already have noticed several broken limbs, one bowed over tree, and one tree that was broken. So we know there's activity out here. Like I said, tomorrow we'll hit this island really good and find out everything that's on the island. And we're going to try to GPS coordinate everything so that when we get home we can put it on a map and see if there's any kind of pattern to any of it. But right now we got to go put out some trail cameras before it gets dark.
We're setting out our trail cams. We'll have 4 of them set out around our campsite tonight. Just see what they catch.
Having a campsite in the middle of the island represented by a red dot and 4 trail cameras placed around the campsite, we feel that this will be the best use of the cameras to cover our camp. Alright, we have put the trail cameras out, and now we are back at camp and give you a little shot of camp. There's April, so I'm not out here alone. Got the 2 jungle hammocks up. Down here working with a couple of Tommy cookers, cooking our supper. These things are great when you're not got a whole lot of space and really don't want to build a fire, because we're running a cold camp again tonight. We just didn't feel like we really wanted to burn a fire, being as how hot as it is already. So we brought some Tommy cookers. Like I said, these things are neat. They run off of Sterno canned heat, and it doesn't take long to boil water with these things. So, and they take up very little space, a lot less space than a Coleman stove or something. So we got that going. We got supper going. Trail cameras are out, and right now we're just waiting on nightfall and some noises other than right now across the lake we've got someone sitting over there playing music, and I actually hope that they leave pretty soon. All right, it's about 10 o'clock at night. Our music guys have done and left for the night, so that makes for better. And we're fixing to get in our hammocks and get a little bit of sleep and be up bright and early in the morning and do our island walk and find what we can find. April's done it in her hammock and we're ready for sleep. And I've done and looked around, got everything pretty much up that we was going to get up tonight, and well, it's time for me to crawl in. Alright, it's a little after 3 a.m. I cannot sleep. I'm out here Bigfoot and not sleeping. So I built me a little fire, and coyotes have gotten started. I sat here and listened to them for a little while. So maybe here before long we'll start hearing some Bigfoot. If I start hearing Bigfoot, I'll turn on the recorder, see if I can't get that recorded for you.
It's daybreak on the island. The view on the lake is beautiful. We're ready to start a new day.
Okay, here's our first broken tree. The top broken out. This happened back in the winter, looks like. I know someone could have done it, but very few people hit this island. And most who hit this island don't do any real damage to it. They just come to the island and spend a little bit of time, use it as a photo opportunity, and then leave. This right here has been broken off. It is possible Bigfoot activity.
I'm sitting here at the edge of our island. We've been walking around here looking for any evidence that we can find. We had a boat full of fishermen come along fishing on the banks. They never even saw us. I've got on a red shirt. That's the reason why a lot of people never see Bigfoot. They never see deer. They're not paying attention to what's right around them.
When we do a research outing, we have no idea what the outcome is going to be. This island 3 years ago, there was a lot of activity. Now there's not as much. We come out here last night hoping to hear some Bigfoot howls and everything, and all we heard was someone who had enough of Jack Daniels in him to believe he could sing, and sing loudly. This went on till about 11 o'clock last night. After that, we did hear a few howls, but they were well off in the distance, so we wasn't able to record them. We walked the island this morning looking for signs of Bigfoot activity. Hardly found any. We did run up a deer that we didn't know was on the island. We figured he had done and moved off sometime yesterday when we hit the island, but he was still here. We are not going to fake evidence for a video. If you find anything on our video that we tell you is our evidence that we have found it. We didn't make it for you. If you're a Bigfoot researcher, you know that you go out a lot of times and you get nothing. And our videos reflect that. We have a good night, you'll see it on the video. We have a bad night, you'll see that on the video. We're not trying to pull anybody's leg or pull the wool over their eyes. We hope you understand this. I mean, I could go out here and make all kind of evidence prevalent, but it'd just be a lie, and that's not what this is all about. So stick with us. When we get the evidence, you'll see it. If we don't get no evidence, we're not going to fake it. Thank you.
After checking the trail cams, we found a picture of the doe. Unfortunately, we did not get a picture of the fawn.
We hope you've enjoyed this video. If you did, please like and subscribe.
And tell your friends.
Also find us on Facebook, Alabama Georgia Bigfoot Research Group.